Survival is more than merely breathing. It is the quiet defiance of the human soul against the storms of existence. Every scar is a chapter of our endurance, and every hardship overcome is proof of our capacity to rise again. Life, by its very nature, confronts us with trials, the loss of loved ones, betrayal of trust, crushing failures, and storms of uncertainty. Yet, in surviving these moments, we gain a strength we could never have forged in comfort. Your survival is not just a story of making it through. It is the story of transformation, from weakness to resilience, from confusion to clarity, from suffering to meaning. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Survival is, at its heart, a mastery of the mind. This video of 18 steps of surviving draws on the wisdom of the ancient Stoics, Zeno of Citium, Cleanthes, Chrysippus, Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, while weaving in modern reflections on survival. Together, these voices will illuminate one truth, that no matter the darkness, the human spirit can endure, adapt, and thrive. Before going deeply into these steps, first we want to thank you very much for your unconditional kindness for liking, commenting on, and sharing our previous videos. That kindness makes us strong for producing new and meaningful videos. Secondly, we want to please you to continue to correct us in your comments, to like this video, to share it to your loved ones, and to support us by subscribing to this channel for more motivational and inspirational videos. Let's begin. Step 1. Strength born of madness. Strength is what we gain from the madness we survive. Zeno of Citium taught that a wise person remains unshaken in both fortune and misfortune. Madness, in this sense, is not merely the chaos of external events. It is the inner turbulence of fear, grief, and uncertainty. The Stoics saw adversity as the forge in which character is tempered. Seneca reminds us, "Fire tests gold, adversity tests brave men." When life rages like a storm, it strips away our illusions and forces us to find our core strength. Survival, then, is not about avoiding madness, but walking through it with unbroken resolve. Step 2. The refusal to surrender. You will survive. Please don't give up on yourself, Epictetus urged his students. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Giving up is not a reaction born of fate, but of choice. The Stoic discipline is to choose endurance over despair, hope over resignation. In moments where the mind whispers surrender, remember that survival is already within you. You have lived through every day until now, and that is proof enough. Step 3. Trusting the self. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot, and you'll survive whatever is coming. Cleanthes taught that virtue is harmony with nature, and part of that nature is the inner compass that guides us through difficulty. Self-trust is not arrogance. It is the recognition of one's own proven history. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." Self-trust comes from knowing that you have endured before and can endure again. Step 4. From survival to thriving. No matter what comes your way, no matter how difficult or unfair, you will do more than simply survive. You will thrive. The Stoics never saw survival as the end point. Chrysippus believed the purpose of life was not to merely exist, but to live in accordance with reason and virtue. Thriving means transforming hardship into wisdom and using it to elevate your life. Seneca echoes this. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Every challenge is an invitation to grow. Step 5. The power of self-reliance. The only way to survive is to admit you are on your own, learn to make your own decisions, and trust your judgment. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Survival often demands that we stand alone. The Stoic practice is to seek counsel from within, to become self-sufficient in judgment and courage. To survive on your own is to discover that your greatest ally is your own mind. Step 6. Adapting to change. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. While this insight comes from Darwinian thought, the Stoics embraced it long before. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe how all things are continually being transformed and learn to adapt. Survival is not stubborn resistance but graceful adaptation, bending without breaking, adjusting without losing one's essence." Step 7. Surviving together. No relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and survive the storm together. Zeno and Cleanthes both emphasized community as part of virtue. Even the most self-reliant Stoic recognized that humans are social beings. Shared burdens lighten the load, and mutual survival forges bonds of deep trust. Step 8. Success as a byproduct of survival. Success is what happens after you have survived all of your disappointments. Seneca cautioned that we should not seek success as the goal, but as the natural outcome of enduring hardship. Every disappointment survived is a step toward strength, and strength is the soil in which true success grows. Step 9. Inner fire. I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. Epictetus would call this prohairesis, the inner will that remains untouched by external chaos. This inner fire is the unshakable decision to live and fight on, regardless of the external storm. Step 10. The endurance of love. It's the love that goes through the hardest trials and survives that's worth having. Cleanthes saw love, rightly guided, as a manifestation of virtue. Love that survives trials is not mere affection. It is loyalty, commitment, and mutual growth through hardship. Step 11. Facing fear. It doesn't really matter what you are afraid of. Trust yourself enough to confront it, walk through it, and survive. Marcus Aurelius urged, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." Fear loses its hold when we confront it with reason and courage. Step 12. Meaning in suffering. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. This echoes both Stoic and modern existential thought. Epictetus, former slave, knew that suffering is inevitable, but meaningless suffering is avoidable if we use it to cultivate virtue. Step 13. The power of survival. We are powerful because we have survived. Seneca might say that true power is mastery over oneself. Survival is proof of such mastery. It shows that the soul can withstand the assaults of fate. Step 14. The seed of a positive thought. It takes but one positive thought when given a chance to survive and thrive to overpower an entire army of negative thoughts. Chrysippus believed that the mind is the ruler of the soul. One well-chosen thought, rooted in reason and courage, can dismantle despair. Step 15. Faith in the future. I've survived a lot of things, and I'll probably survive this. Marcus Aurelius's meditations are full of reminders that what has been endured before can be endured again. Memory of past victories breeds confidence for the battles ahead. Step 16. Every hardship passed. You'll survive this just like you survived every other hardship that's been placed before you. Epictetus. Remember that you are an actor in a play. If it is short, act it short. If it is long, act it long. Each hardship is a scene, and you have already acted through many. Step 17. Strength misunderstood. Always remember, if you have been diagnosed with PTSD, it is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is proof of your strength because you have survived. The Stoics acknowledge that wounds, physical or mental, are not signs of failure, but of battle fought. Survival itself is a badge of resilience. Step 18. proving independence. If you truly want to be respected by people you love, you must prove to them that you can survive without them. Seneca wrote, "The greatest wealth is to live content with little." Independence is not cold detachment. It is the ability to stand alone when life demands it. Survival is not an act of chance. It is the art of resilience, the discipline of the mind, and the courage to continue. The Stoics teach us that while we cannot control fate, we can control our response. Every hardship endured is a victory of the soul. Every storm passed is a testament to inner strength. The unbroken spirit does not merely endure, it learns, adapts, and thrives. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In the end, survival is not just about staying alive, it is about becoming more alive than ever before. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much for your unconditional support.